Alright, so John Cena just turned heel this past Saturday night at Elimination Chamber. And I couldn't be more wrong when it came to the prediction video I made last week, where in the comment section I basically got torn to shreds for having an opinion. Yeah, there was a lot of comments on that video that basically were telling me that I was an idiot for predicting that John Cena wasn't gonna win and blah 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 blah. But I'm gonna tell you right now, if I knew John Cena was turning heel, I would have predicted him 100%. Now, when it comes to this entire heel turn, I thought it was done phenomenally because honestly, I never saw it coming. I didn't see it coming. A lot of people I've talked to about it, they didn't see it coming because it's John Cena, the golden boy, the guy you would never expect to turn heel, and he did. So, just wow. So in this video, I'm going to basically go through what's next for this heel John Cena and what's next for Cody Rhodes, you know? This whole story, what is next for it? Let's get into it. Let's start off with the actual heel turn itself. This happened, apparently this was been in the works since Bad Blood, when The Rock came out and ended up counting to a 1, 2, 3. And if you look very closely at the way he put the number 3 up, it is very similar to the way John Cena puts his 3s up in the air. It was very similar and people did not notice at all. And now they are drawing connections to it right as we speak. So that was really cool, showing how long this has actually been in the works for, because it's like long-term storytelling, you know? John Cena was not around to tell this story. Rock was barely around, but he dropped subtle hints. Every so often he would come back and drop a subtle hint about what was next. And that was next, which was insane to think. And then it was like when he came back to try to basically manipulate Cody Rhodes into joining him, it's like he already had a failsafe in John Cena, and that was really cool to see when it came down to it at this past Elimination Chamber. He basically knew Cody Rhodes wasn't going to accept his offer.
Hey Rock, go fuck yourself!
And he did the thing where basically he activated John Cena. It was really funny. I saw a comment about that. Basically, John Cena was activated when The Rock did the whole thing and then like pointed or whatever. It was really cool because John Cena's face went from happy to sad or to mad or whatever the hell you want to call it. And it was just done so well. John Cena, I was never expecting to be a good heel. Well, I was and I wasn't, I don't know, because it's like when you're a babyface for that long, it can be very hard to turn heel, and he did it with flying colors. He did an amazing job with it. I was not expecting this heel turn whatsoever. I thought it was done absolutely phenomenally, and it just absolutely surprised me when it happened. I mean, I don't think anybody really was expecting it, and you saw that when it came to my predictions video. I mean, people were thinking it was actual, like, a video that I uploaded after the fact, because some of the comments were like, John Cena won, you're an idiot, blah 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 blah. It's like, well, no shit, I uploaded the video before John Cena won, so how am I supposed to know that? Like, come on people, common sense. And that, whatever. But yeah, John Cena turning heel just absolutely surprised me and so many others. I mean, my mouth was to the floor when it happened. So, what is next for this new John Cena being a heel and all? I want to say, I think it's these next upcoming Raws coming up. So I think March 17th is his first appearance back as a heel. And I have heard that The Rock is supposed to return for at least one appearance with this new John Cena, and I'm going to assume it would be his first appearance back on Raw. I would assume The Rock will be there for it, so March 17th, maybe we get a Rock appearance as well. We'll just have to see. I don't know if it might be then, it might not be. It might be the last appearance before WrestleMania. I have no idea. But John Cena is confirmed for at least 3 appearances coming up on Monday Night Raw. So I have to be honest, I am really, really excited to see how he does this, because it's like he's never been a heel before. Before, I always thought maybe Doctor of Thugonomics was kind of a heel, but then found out it really wasn't, and it was more of like a CM Punk type of thing, where obviously he just drops mic bombs all the time. But yeah, it really was just a different John Cena, and now it's like I have no idea how he's gonna represent this character. I mean, he did it really well when it came to the Chamber. I was so surprised how easily he was able to flip the switch just like that, and he did it so well. So I will really have to be looking out for any different like ways he does stuff. And you know, I can't even talk right. It's mind-boggling, because it's John Cena of all people, the mega over babyface, the guy you would never expect to turn heel, is a heel now. So coming up these next 3 Raws, you gotta be on the lookout for different things that he's gonna be doing. I mean, I don't really think it's gonna be that hard to spot, because obviously it's a different character for him. So we'll just have to see what is different about his character, because again, we've never seen it before. So normally when people turn heel and people don't turn, and people go back to being a face and whatnot, you can tell the differences. But we've never seen John Cena as a heel, so what's going to be different about him? And what's going to be different about Cody Rhodes coming up, you know? Cody Rhodes, we've never seen something like this happen to him, where a mega over babyface basically turns his back on everybody and betrays them all, you know? As they would say, John Cena sold out. Nobody expected that, and I highly doubt Cody Rhodes expected that. And the plan all came down to John Cena winning the Chamber, so obviously the writing in that in itself there kind of, you know, was a little, you know, like what if John Cena didn't win the Chamber, like what happens then? But obviously it is what it is. It's storytelling at its finest, you know. Sometimes it's a little messy there, but John Cena just winning like that was a great idea, because obviously it set this up for an amazing match come WrestleMania now, because it's like fans are engaged again. Fans are back to loving the product, you know. And I had a friend, I think yesterday, tell me, he was like, when it comes to WrestleMania build, Triple H cooks, and he 100% does. Last year's WrestleMania build was cooking. This year's WrestleMania build is cooking again. And this past Monday Night Raw, Rhea Ripley lost the World Heavyweight Championship on Raw, of all places, and she lost clean. Rhea Ripley lost clean on a Monday Night Raw. That is just mind-blowing, because she is like the golden girl of the women's division, the one girl that's like the most protected out of everybody, you know. And now I have a feeling that's going to become Bianca Belair come WrestleMania. I have no idea though, but this is about Cody Rhodes and John Cena. Cody Rhodes, we have to be on the lookout for the way he is acting, because he might act super defeated, you know. He's going to act like he has nothing to help him, you know. And that's where Roman Reigns comes in. Roman Reigns is definitely the wild card of this entire equation. It ultimately comes down to whether or not he returns next Monday night to cost Seth Rollins in that cage match against CM Punk. If he does that, then this entire idea goes out the window. But if he doesn't do that, I have a feeling Cody Rhodes seeks help, and the first person Cody Rhodes goes to is Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns steps in and actually helps him. Maybe not right away, but a reluctant Roman Reigns, I could easily see stepping in and helping him. And it comes down to this. On night 1 of Saturdays at WrestleMania, we have Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns versus The Rock and John Cena. And then whoever wins this match has the stipulation going into Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. I don't want to call it Bloodline Rules, because obviously this isn't really surrounding the Bloodline, but kind of the same thing. People can get involved, you know. And whether Jacob Fatu and that posse gets involved in this, you know, I have no idea. Solo Sikoa goes back to Roman Reigns, we have no idea. So there's a lot of missing pieces to this equation right now, so we have to just see how that plays out coming up. with these next few Friday Night Smackdowns. I have heard that Jacob Fatu versus Solo Sikoa is currently planned for a WrestleMania match. So, with that being said, we could easily see The Rock looking for more people to join this crusade of his. You know, he needs some lackeys, as you would call it, kind of like Jimmy Uso and Solo were last year for Roman Reigns and The Rock. He needs the same thing. He needs a Jacob Fatu and a, you know, Tama Tonga to be his guys. You know, even Tonga Loa once he comes back. But right now, it's like we have so many missing pieces that this ultimately comes down to whether or not Roman Reigns sticks his nose into the other stuff, you know. And I have a feeling, I don't know if this is going to happen or not, but we could easily have it where after that night 1 main event, we have a Roman Reigns versus The Rock match on night 2. And yes, unfortunately, that probably won't main event. And yeah, it shouldn't. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it should, maybe it shouldn't. I really don't know. But that's the problem with having all these great matches. It's like you don't have room for some of them, so maybe it opens. I have no idea. Maybe it opens the night, so then Rock has some time to, you know, relax, cool off, get ready for that main event. And then he, you know, goes out there and tries to help John Cena win his 17th world title. And in my opinion, I think John Cena should win the 17th world title come at WrestleMania. I would be so down for that happening. And it's just an amazing idea because then John Cena becomes this corporate guy at the top who you just cannot beat for the entire year. And then the last person to beat him or whatever will be his retirement match type of thing. Or maybe he has a redemption arc before that happens. We have no idea yet. But it would be a really cool idea if maybe John Cena's retirement match is the person who dethrones him. And that person could possibly be Randy Orton or maybe a CM Punk or even Roman Reigns, you know. But I do not think it should be Cody Rhodes. With The Rock and John Cena versus Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns, this idea obviously is a very tough idea because it's like it requires The Rock and John Cena to both wrestle 2 nights in a row. And here's the counter argument to that is that people have done this before in the past, and maybe not at this age, but they have done it before in the past. And people saying that people don't wrestle like that, and even saying Roman Reigns doesn't wrestle like that, I'm like, dude, Roman literally did that last year, and so did Cody. So that argument right there is out the window. But for the one with John Cena and The Rock, I get that one. I personally don't think John Cena would care to do that. I mean, I think John Cena would absolutely be down because it's like it's his farewell tour, you know. I have a feeling he would be definitely down to do it because it's like he's gonna leave it all out there. You may as well, you know. I don't think John Cena's gonna have a problem with doing that, but with The Rock, yes, I definitely see The Rock having a problem with doing that. So obviously we might have to wait a whole nother year for The Rock versus Roman Reigns. We'll just have to see. But I have no idea if we do or we don't. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be getting that this year. So the idea of The Rock versus Roman Reigns on night 2 is definitely a reach, but it gives Roman Reigns something else to do, you know. And maybe what they do is have Roman Reigns in this match on night 1, and then night 2 Roman Reigns joins the CM Punk and Seth Rollins feud and has a match in that. And obviously he's probably going to lose that match. He might even take the pin for all we know, but either way, he joins that match because of the blood feud that's there. But either way, I really do think Roman Reigns should have something else going on that's not involving this. So we'll just have to see. But there's just a lot that has to play out over the course of time here, and we'll just have to see, you know. But where CM Punk and Seth Rollins are concerned, as I said before, it ultimately depends on whether or not Roman Reigns returns next Monday to, you know, cost Seth the match. But if he does do that, okay, I have a feeling they are building towards a triple threat match come Mania. But if they don't do that and Roman Reigns doesn't come back next Monday, I also have a feeling that Seth and Punk are going to be continuing this feud up until Mania. I think this is the middle match right now. I think this is the Bash in Berlin to the Drew McIntyre and CM Punk match that they had there, the strap match. I think this is kind of the same thing where Bad Blood, Drew and CM Punk finally settled their feud. And now it's going to be the same thing come Mania. Punk and Rollins will finally settle their feud when it comes to there. So I don't think that this next Monday is the last match between the two of them. I think they are going to continue this feud up until Mania. 100%. It is a Mania-worthy match. So for them to have a random cage match, and I get it, it's at Madison Square Garden, the most famous arena in the world, but I just don't see that being, the end-all be-all for this feud. So I really do believe that this feud in general will just carry on to Mania, and it ultimately depends on whether or not Roman Reigns returns next Monday or not. I could see him returning, and I could see him not returning. So we'll just have to see where that's concerned. But yeah, CM Punk and Seth Rollins, I do not think will be around to actually help Cody Rhodes when it comes to The Rock and John Cena. I feel like Cody Rhodes is going to have to go out and try to get help from people, but he's going to first try Seth and Punk, and them two will just be going at it so much that they're not even going to be around to help him. And that's why I think Roman Reigns returning, yes, Roman Reigns will have a absolute desire to kill Seth Rollins coming here, but he'll be able to put it aside for a little while to help Cody Rhodes out, because who knows how to deal with The Rock better than Roman Reigns, And that's kind of where my head goes with this is I think Rock and John Cena will probably win night 1 and night 2. I don't see a world where you have both of them two together and them two lose on the same thing. But maybe you do. Maybe you have Roman and Cody win night 1, and then you have John Cena win night 2, And whether you have John Cena or The Rock take the pin on night 1, ultimately it doesn't really matter, But yeah, there's a lot of different ways they can go about this, and I really am curious to see how they just ebb and flow throughout this entire next month and a half, I want to say, and it is until WrestleMania, because there's just a lot to be told right now, whether or not Jacob Fatu's bloodline gets involved, and yes, I'm going to say Jacob Fatu over Solo's bloodline, whether or not they get involved in this storyline or not. I think this will really be the best storyline. Obviously, I think it is. I mean, come on, look who's involved. But so many people were just so upset that The Rock keeps coming in and taking all the screen time from everybody else, blah, 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 blah. Well, here's my counter argument to that. Put on a freaking phenomenal WrestleMania feud heading into WrestleMania, and then maybe The Rock will stop doing that. Because, honestly, there is nothing like The Rock when it comes to WrestleMania feuds and build. Rock is the best at it. And if you want to make an argument about that and saying that Rock keeps stealing your time and all this, well, make use of the time you have, because it's so far nobody has. And that's the thing, is Rock is up here, everyone else is down here. So it's how are you going to, show that you are the one? The only other person who can do a feud like that sort of is Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns is technically out right now, and there are rumors he will return next Monday, but we'll just have to see where that's concerned. As I've said though, there is a lot of moving pieces with this entire feud. We'll just have to see where every other storyline plays out, whether Roman helps Cody or not. We'll just have to see, because this feud is already cooking, and if Roman comes in and helps Cody, it will be cooking with propane. This thing will just be off and running, and it already is off and running, It leaves you with anticipation, even though John Cena is not going to be back until March 17th. It leaves you with anticipation heading up until then, It gets you excited. And yes, you would have wished for John Cena to be a little bit more involved with this feud heading into Mania, but we'll just have to see how this whole thing plays out, because, yeah, there is just a lot of moving pieces, as I said. And I am really, really excited again for WrestleMania. My excitement kind of died out heading into Chamber, but it is back up and running again. And a lot of other feuds are starting to take off as well. So I'm really excited to see where everything in WWE goes heading into Mania, especially this feud though. So again, I'm just super excited. And until next time, see ya.